What if I told you that sometimes the most extraordinary victories don't happen under blinding stage lights? They don't happen at award ceremonies. They don't happen because of judges or critics or even record-breaking sales. Sometimes, the most meaningful victory happens when hundreds of thousands of hearts from all around the world quietly make the exact same choice. A choice made not once, not twice, but again and again and again. And today, those hearts have delivered another unforgettable message. No matter how many years pass, no matter how many new stars appear, no matter how quickly trends come and go, Kim Seokjin, BTS's Jin, continues to prove that genuine love from fans doesn't fade. It grows stronger, it grows deeper, and it becomes almost impossible to ignore. Welcome back, everyone. If you love stories that celebrate incredible achievements, inspiring artists, and the amazing bond between BTS and ARMY, you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because today's story isn't just about another #1 ranking. It's about a level of consistency that very few artists in the world ever achieve. It's about loyalty, trust, dedication, and a relationship between an artist and his fans that continues to rewrite expectations. Let's dive in. Recently, the global fandom platform My1Pick announced the results of its highly anticipated 2026 first season chart. Now, at first glance, it might sound like just another online poll, but it isn't. This competition is reserved for artists who have already demonstrated exceptional popularity by reaching the top 5 of the monthly rankings. Only the strongest survive long enough to enter. Only artists with powerful fan support even have a chance. Think of it like reaching the finals after surviving months of competition. Every participant has already proven they have an incredibly dedicated fan base. There are no easy victories here. There are no accidental finalists. Every artist entered the competition because thousands of people had already been supporting them consistently. Then came the final challenge. From April 15th until April 25th, fans around the globe had 10 days to vote for the artist they believed deserved to become the champion of the season. For 10 days. Phones lit up. Notifications appeared. Fan communities reminded one another to vote. People voted during lunch breaks, on buses, after work, late at night. Some fans stayed awake across different time zones. Others carefully planned their daily routines so they wouldn't miss a single opportunity to support their favorite artist. Every vote represented something simple, yet incredibly meaningful. Someone saying, "I believe in you." When the voting period finally ended, everyone waited. Who would take first place? Who would become the face of the season? Then, the results arrived. And once again, one familiar name stood proudly above the rest. BTS's Jin. Jin received an astonishing 78,586 votes. Even more impressive, those votes represented 53% of the entire total. Take a moment to appreciate that number. 53%. More than half. Not just first place, a majority. Imagine standing in a room filled with supporters. More than every second person you see chose Jin. That isn't merely winning, that's overwhelming confidence. That's a statement. That's millions of moments of appreciation transformed into one remarkable result. The victory officially crowned Jin as the #1 artist in the K-pop solo category of My1Pick's 2026 first season chart. And with that victory came more than recognition. The winner receives the prestigious season chart trophy, official press coverage, promotion through My1Pick's social media platforms, greater visibility, greater celebration. Another reminder that fan support has the power to create meaningful opportunities. But here's where the story becomes even more emotional. Because this victory didn't happen overnight. It wasn't built during one comeback. It wasn't created because of one viral performance. It wasn't fueled by temporary excitement. Instead, it represents years of trust, years of consistency, years of fans choosing Jin, day after day, week after week, month after month. When people hear the word idol, they often think about dazzling performances, luxury fashion, beautiful stages, perfect visuals. But behind every successful idol, there are countless unseen moments. Early morning rehearsals, long flights across continents, hours inside recording studios, filming until sunrise, practicing choreography again and again and again, missing holidays, missing family, living inside airports, living inside hotels, giving everything to create just a few unforgettable moments for fans. Jin has experienced every one of those sacrifices throughout his career. From BTS's uncertain rookie days to becoming one of the biggest groups in music history, he has never stopped growing. Fans watched him overcome criticism. They watched his confidence blossom. They watched his vocals become stronger. They watched him transform from someone who often underestimated himself into an artist capable of filling stadiums around the world. Perhaps that's why so many people feel personally connected to him, because his story feels human. He isn't admired only because of success. He's admired because people witnessed the journey. They saw the effort behind every achievement. And effort creates respect. Respect creates trust. Trust creates loyalty. That loyalty is exactly what these rankings reveal. Just listen to these incredible numbers. Jin has now remained number 1 on my OnePicks K-pop individual weekly ranking for 122 consecutive weeks. 122. Pause for just a second. Think about your own life. How much changes in 2 years? Jobs change, schools change, homes change, friendships change, music trends change, social media trends disappear within days. Yet somehow for over 2 straight years, Jin has remained exactly where he started, at number 1, every week, without interruption, without losing momentum, without fans walking away. That alone would already be one of the most impressive records imaginable. But it doesn't stop there. His dominance extends beyond weekly rankings. Jin has now also maintained the number 1 monthly ranking for 30 consecutive months. 30 months. 2.5 years. 30 different opportunities for fans to choose someone else. 30 chances for another artist to take the lead. 30 months of changing releases, changing promotions, changing industry trends. Yet every month, the ending stayed the same. Jin remained first, as if that wasn't enough. He also claimed first place in the May OnePick K-pop solo rankings, marking his 26th consecutive monthly victory in that category. When multiple records continue growing simultaneously, something becomes very clear. This isn't luck. This isn't coincidence. This is sustained love. And perhaps that's the biggest difference between popularity and legacy. Popularity can arrive overnight. Legacy takes years. Popularity can disappear after one season. Legacy continues growing even during silence. Jin has become an artist whose supporters don't simply appear when new music is released. They stay. They continue voting. They continue streaming. They continue sharing his achievements. They continue celebrating every milestone together. That kind of relationship cannot be manufactured. It has to be earned. One kind interaction at a time. One comforting song at a time. One sincere message at a time. One unforgettable performance at a time. One genuine smile at a time. And maybe that's why Jin continues touching so many hearts. Fans often describe him as someone who never forgets the people supporting him. Whether he's making people laugh with his playful personality, comforting them with heartfelt words, or standing confidently on stage, there's always a sense of authenticity. People don't simply admire Jin. Many feel understood by him. They see someone who works incredibly hard, yet never loses his warmth. Someone who can make an entire stadium laugh one moment and bring thousands to tears with a single emotional ballad the next. That emotional connection is difficult to measure. You can't always see it on charts. You can't always calculate it with statistics. But every once in a while, a ranking like this appears, and suddenly, those invisible emotions become visible. They become numbers. 78,586 votes, 53%, 122 consecutive weeks, 30 consecutive months, 26 straight monthly victories. Behind every one of those numbers, there's a person. Someone who smiled because of Jin. Someone who found comfort during difficult times. Someone who felt inspired to keep moving forward. Someone who simply wanted to say, thank you. Today, those thank yous became another first-place finish. Meanwhile, Jin isn't slowing down. Far from it. He's currently traveling across the world through the BTS World Tour Arirang, meeting fans face-to-face after years of unforgettable milestones. Imagine being one of those fans. You spend months supporting him online, voting every week, celebrating every achievement, watching every performance. Then one day, the lights go down inside a stadium. The music begins. And the artist you've supported from behind a screen walks onto the stage in front of you. Suddenly, those online votes become real memories. The cheers become real. The emotions become real. The connection becomes something unforgettable. Perhaps that's why these achievements feel so special. They're not simply statistics. They're proof of a relationship that continues growing stronger with every passing year. Looking ahead, one question remains. How many more milestones are waiting for Jin? Will the weekly streak reach 130 weeks? 150? Maybe even 200? Will the monthly record continue for another year? Can anyone finally break his incredible run? Only time will tell. But history keeps repeating itself. Every time people wonder if this is where the streak ends, Jin's fans answer with another victory, another celebration, another number one, another chapter in a story that seems far from over. Because in the end, records can eventually be broken, trophies can gather dust, rankings can change, but the bond between an artist and the people who believe in him, that's the achievement that lasts the longest. And perhaps that's the real reason Jin continues standing at the top. Not because millions of people are simply voting for a superstar, but because millions of hearts still recognize the same humble, hard-working, sincere person they've loved for years. What about you? What do you think is the biggest reason behind Jin's incredible consistency and enduring connection with fans? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest updates on BTS and Jin's inspiring journey. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, true success isn't measured only by how high someone climbs. It's measured by how many hearts choose to stay with them every single step of the way. We'll see you in the next video.